Today we're going to learn how to use our Acrobat program. And the most important about Acrobat is to use the tools correctly and to use every single tool in the best way possible. We're going to start with the sticky note. This is a note that we're going to use whenever we want a general change for the whole document. For example, if we need to check the font of the whole document, we can add a sticky note here and we can type check font size, for example. It is important to use only one sticky note or at the most 2 or 3, but it is not correct to use sticky notes for all the comments. We have specific tools for every single comment. For example, if we want to check the color maybe or the family font of a specific word, we can use the highlight text. We're going to select it and then we click the word, and then this is very important. If we want to add a comment, we can just give a double click here and then we can add the comment. If we see the highlighted text, it has a little note here, and that means that I have a comment inside. So it is not necessary to highlight and then add a sticky note. That would not be correct. Then if we need to include a text, for example, valuable programs for you and your family, and I want to add the text and your family, I can simply go here, I select the insert text at cursor, and then I click. This is important. I have to click where I need to add the text. So I click here, and as you can see, it appears a symbol. That means that I have to insert a specific text on your family. It is also very important to check the capitalization here, because some people only copy and paste the comments, so I really have to be careful whenever I'm adding a comment. So if you see here, I have valuable programs for you and your family. That means that I have to add that text here. Now if I want to change the text or I want to substitute the text, I'm going to select this tool, that is the replace text tool, replace here, and I have to mark the text, and as you can see, automatically the text is crossed out. So I'm going to type the new text. For example, I need to change the telephone number into the new one, and I just close the comment. As you can see, now it is crossed out, and that means that I have to replace this text and I have to include this new phone number. You can also use the tool to delete some text. For example, you don't want this last line to be included in the final document, so you are going to select this, strike through, and you just mark it, right? That means I have to delete this text in the final document, so it is not necessary for you to add a comment, say, and delete text or having an extra explanation. It is just necessary to use this tool. Now, for example, if you want a title or a text, a sentence to be underlined, you can use this one, underline. As you can see, there is a line under the text, and that means that this text has to be underlined. Now, some drawing markups are very useful whenever you have to add a general change. For example, if you need to delete the period after each of these sentences, you can just select this drawing markup, which is the square. You can draw a square over here, And then this is important, you can only click twice on the square and you can add a comment. You can simply say delete period at the end. And that means the formatter will know that the period has to be deleted, right? Something important is also if you want to split a sentence, right, and you want this word variety to go to the second sentence, you can use this one, and you can use cut the sentence here, and this means that the word variety has to go to the other sentence, right, the second line. Now if you want, for example, you want to change this into capital letter, you can simply add a square. You can select the first part of the sentences, then remember you double click on the same square and you can type capital letter in the beginning. So there are some other tools here that you can use if you want to add a line or there is a line missing. For example, there is a line missing here between these two paragraphs. You can add the line here, and the most important, you can just double click this line missing in source file. So you don't have to add a sticky note here, because what we want to do is to reduce the number of marks on the document, right? If we are using too many symbols and too many sticky notes, it will not look very nice and it will cause some problems when the person will be formatting the file. So this is something that you shouldn't do. This is an example of a not very well marked document. As you can see, there are too many sticky notes here. All the tools have not been used correctly. And this is something that sometimes causes a lot of trouble and confusion. Another problem that is very common is when we want to add a space. Here, for example, if you see it says de proveedores, that means that there is missing a space between the word de and proveedores. So what should I do? It is not correct to add a sticky note or to highlight the text. I should insert a space. So I go to the insert tool and then I place the cursor in the middle of the two words, between the two words, and then I only give a space with the space bar and I close the comment. And as you can see, a symbol has been added. This symbol means that there is a space that has to be added there. So you don't have to type add a space, so you don't have to add a sticky note telling to add a space. There is another one here where it says de búsqueda. There should be a space between de and búsqueda, so I do the same thing. I can either select the tool first, or I can place my cursor first and then select the tool. Both ways works. So I add a space with the space bar and the symbol is there again. It's telling me that there should be a space added. Okay, so that's the way we use our different tools here in Acrobat Pro. I hope that helps, and remember that whenever you use all these tools, you are telling another person how to insert the comments, how to insert the changes. So it is important to make them clear and very, very specific.